converted to glycogen, right? Depending on who you are, and I'm not going to get too complicated into it, but depending on who you are, you might release a boatload of insulin, which is going to put you in that unhealthy parameter, or it's going to give you a little bit of insulin, which might keep you okay as long as you're eating glucagon with it. Short story, Nick and I, when we first opened, we walked in and we saw Val eating a fruit cup, berries, good stuff. And we were like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, I'm eating fruit. I'm like, bro, you can't just eat fruit. What are you talking about? You said fruit is healthy for me. I said, no, but you got to understand, you have to have some protein. Because what is he only releasing when he's having fruit? Insulin. That's all he's releasing, right? Bad. We don't want it. In '89, Norman Kaplan came out with what is dubbed now as the deadly quartet. Right? Do not let me down below this, right? Deadly quartet. High blood pressure, glucose intolerant, high triglycerides. Can you guys see this one, right? And obesity, right? So he came out with this article in the Archives of Internal Medicine and said that hyperinsulinemia is what's causing us to get sick and or fat and or sick. There's no rhyme or reason to it, okay? So you don't necessarily have to be fat and obese to have high blood pressure, or the other way around, okay? It's the hyperinsulinemia, the overeating of carbohydrates, mostly starches, because that's a very easy way of eating carbohydrates, that's causing this huge insulin response in your body, that's making your body store this fat as fuel, whatever it's going to do with it in that adipose tissue, and it's making you sick, all right? So yeah, we come in here because we want to look lean and we want to fit into this dress. Really, guys, we could care less about how you look. We care about your health. The way you look is a healthy side effect to what your body is telling you and how healthy you're going to be, okay? So you want to lean up, eat healthy, and you're going to get there. You're going to be healthy and you're going to be lean at the same time, okay? So Denny Portelli came out with this. So scientists, especially the USDA, and you guys are going to see those of you sticking around for the movie, which I hope all of you do. We're going to have some good sashimi, I guess. The USDA, you guys know the food pyramid, right? 6 to 11 servings of grains, right? Per meal, per day is what they're saying, right? So when he came out with this, the government said, bro, this guy's going to ruin everything. Let's send our scientists, our researchers, to debunk what he just did. Not only did they not debunk him, but they proved him right. They came out with another thing they called the Delhi Quintet, which they just added another thing. They said that obesity, because when Kaplan came out, he was male, central body, right? So us guys basically were getting fat belly, fat low handles. They came out and they said, no, absolutely not. It's male or female, and it's whatever they're genetically predisposed to get fat at. So this is where they're going to get fat. So now it's both genders, fat anywhere, and then they started saying arthrosclerosis or heart disease. Right? Another group of scientists went out there and they named it metabolic syndrome, yada, yada, yada. All these people started proving, holy shit, this guy's right. It's hyperinsulinemia that's making us sick and making us fat. The overeating of carbohydrates, especially starchy carbohydrates. So, where are we going to go? Everybody understand this? Basic? I got to move on here, right? So, I'm going to eat, or we as paleontologists, something else that we're not doing on science, correct? So we're going to eat our food, and here's our plate. And I got to make sure that I'm having a balanced meal. The funny part about this is that it's a 40, 30, 30. And what do you think the 40 is? Protein. No, it's actually carbs. Right? It's carbs, and that's what blows people away when people tell us, oh, it's a high-protein diet. No, it's not. Not by any means is it a high-protein diet. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get a little bit more carbohydrates. The problem is this. Will it happen eating paleo? Probably not. It's tough unless you're eating some starches. Let me take a step back here because some people might not understand what I'm saying. Oh, starches and carbs is the same thing, right? So carbohydrates is everything, right? So I'm considering them fruits, veggies, and rice, potatoes, bread, so on and so forth, right? But my starches, to kind of just double that so you guys kind of get a picture, is rice, pasta, all the stuff that we love, right? Bread, café con leche con pan, oh my God, I gotta eat that up as a kid, right? Potatoes, right? Not pop. Right? I'm not even gonna make a copy of that. Right? So that's what's basically our problem. That's why some people get on diets, or they get on like the Atkins diet, right? And the minute they get off the Atkins diet, which they'll get fat doing the Atkins diet, we can talk about that later. But they get back and they eat the starches again, and here it comes, boom, the weight comes right back on. They're predisposed to get fat with these nasty starches, these nasty carbohydrates. Why am I not, and Nick and I have both, I think Gio did it at one time, we are not able to get our 40% of carbohydrates when we paleo because you just can't eat enough veggies to get you up to your 40%, which is a good thing, right? It's a good thing, because I know that I can never overeat on broccoli, spinach, asparagus. I can never overeat on it to cause a hyperinsulinic state. So I'm going to eat a boatload of that stuff. What I'm going to avoid at all costs are my rices, my pizzas, and when I say rice, it's both brown and white, my breads, my potatoes. I'm going to avoid that because I could easily eat the same thing, right? So here's 1 cup. Anybody's zone? Anybody's zone here? Zone? So we know a little bit about it, right? So 1 cup of, what am I thinking here? What am I doing? Rice. 1 cup of rice, I'm sorry, this is a fifth. A fifth cup of rice equals 8 cups of broccoli. For those of you that don't know zone, just look at the measurement there. It's a fifth cup. Think about how small a cup is. It's a fifth of a cup equals the same insulin response, depending on who you are, but the GI scale, go! Programmed here. It's the same GI scale than 8 cups of broccoli. So somebody came up to me earlier and says, I'm hungry. I said, what do you, she's a zoner, I'm hungry, eat veggies. Because you can never eat enough veggies, not even to meet your prescription. So 8 cups of broccoli equals 1 cup of rice, right? So what do I basically, when I look at my plate, I gotta have my fats, my carbs, good carbs, and my protein, right? When you guys paleo for the next 90 days, you're gonna use the hand-eye method. The palm of your hand is gonna be your protein. The palm and the width, so be it fish, be it steak, be it chicken. Your veggies are gonna be the width of your hand, okay, your whole hand with your fingers, all right? And your fats are gonna fit into your thumb, so if you could take the nail off, kind of disgusting, you could take the nail off and put almond butter or some nuts or some olive oil into that thumb, that's gonna be the amount of fats that you guys have, okay? If your goal is to drop weight, right? Because now we're doing this 90-day paleo challenge. If your goal is to drop weight for the next 90 days, you gotta make sure that you're eating just enough to support lean body mass and exercise. And how do you know? If you're not eating enough, your body will tell you. You're lightheaded, you have headaches, you come in here, your performance is crappy, right? So you're gonna come to me and say, Mike, I feel like shit, I get all these emails, and I'm gonna turn to you. Guys, you can make way for them. Come on in, come on in. There's boxes here, there's mats there. You guys are making me nervous, you're like the police. There's benches if you guys want to grab benches, there's balls. I'm sorry, there's medicine balls if you guys want to sit on the medicine balls. Right? Sorry. Alright? So if you're trying for the next 90 days to drop weight and really transform your body to what your goal is, you're going to eat with your hand the adequate amount in order to feel healthy, perform your exercise, but not store fat. If you do it with lean proteins, a lot of fish, a lot of lean meats, a lot of good chicken breast, turkey breast, veggies, and some fat, okay? So when I talk about fat, there's exceptions to the rules, but some fat, then you guys will have to change, and it'll come that quick, right? Couple reasons why: caloric deficit, right? So you're not eating pasta anymore that has a crap load of calories in a small amount. You're eating veggies like spinach that has barely any calories in a full plate amount, so you're still not even meeting that caloric intake that you were having the week before, okay? So I guarantee you, you'll cut off a third of calories if you guys switch to paleo.